Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we debate whether or not you have to like the idea of your favorite celebrities getting into bourbon. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Bo Cumberland and Tracy Napolitano.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey. Hey-oh, so yeah, we're going to talk about celebrity bourbon. It's every week there's a couple new ones and stuff like that. And at some point it's going to be somebody that you like is in bourbon. And by the way, most of these are not good. They're getting, it's all about putting their name on it and selling it. It's not about, the bottle. And it makes sense. These are actors, actresses, rock bands. They're not bourbon people. They have a great name that can sell product and people approach them and they may be fans. They may drink a little bit of whiskey or maybe that's their thing and they get into it. But yeah, now we have to then as fans assess whether that impacts them. So you always have to wonder, do bad sequels to movies make you hate the originals and stuff like that? Sometimes does that happen? What about when your favorite celebrity starts a bourbon brand? And that's not very good bourbon. So we'll talk about that concept after the break. For right now, Kathy, who was here, we're down to 4, so we lost one. So Kathy, but before she went, she told us her small talk, which was, I guess, some cheese place in Switzerland, so that we figured they had to be making Swiss cheese. They played music to their cheese, kind of like you hear doing with bourbon. You hear, Metallica,
like the rapid aging bullshit.
Where it's like and her question was, if you were making cheese, what would the band that you would, or singer that you would like singing to you on a loop? So who would be the sound of your cheese? What do you think?
Well, I feel like an easy answer would be, back in the day, this band called Primus had an album called Selling the Seas of Cheese. So I feel like that would be an easy one that, would match.
A lot of bass thumping cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody else got something that stands out?
I'm going to say like a good old salty cheese, with Jimmy Buffett music.
Oh, Jimmy Buffett music. Yeah.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. You could probably sell a lot of it just to the Jimmy Buffett fans too. So you tap into that.
We would buy anything with his name on it right now.
Yeah,
we do
for sure. Yeah. All right, McNew, what do you think?
Oh, gosh, I can go multiple ways with this. Like, I do like sad country songs, but you don't really want a sad cheese. Like, I like to have cheese at parties. So I want it to be like extra cheesy. I want to go the pop route. We're bopping Taylor Swift 1989 to this cheese 24/7.
Taylor Swift.
I would definitely not buy Taylor Swift.
No.
Taylor Swift cheese.
Taylor Swift.
She's already running the NFL now.
She's not. That That man is thriving. She's having a great year at the NFL.
She's ruining it for everyone else who likes the NFL.
Wow,
Now she's going to ruin cheese for us.
She's ruining cheese too, so that's her next conquest. So
I would see a Taylor Swift cheese coming in a spray can.
No, it's going to be. I want it in all the NFL stadiums as the nacho dip. That's what we're doing with this cheese.
Oh God,
nacho cheese. No.
I mean, I just got to go with my favorite band. I got to have the Rolling Stones. So if I could, have a cheese and it's like, oh, you got to play music to it and it's got to be one band, I'll be just like, well, let's just go with the best, the Rolling Stones. So yeah, I love the Stones. Cheese. Yeah, love the Stones. So that'd be cool. And it would be there's the big catalog there. You could. I don't know how long their catalog plays end to end if you put all their songs.
You can paint all the cheese black.
Yeah,
Here's a question: if you were a cheesemaker and you did age your cheese to different, Rolling Stones, whatever, would you then put that on the packaging so people would know what songs that they're
the playlist? Yeah, you get the playlist.
Well, the only problem with that, you may have to pay royalties to the band for using their name on your labeling.
We'll throw them a couple bucks.
Then your cheese becomes very expensive cheese.
Yeah. But the same thing, they got a big fan base. Hopefully the fans will make up for it because they'll buy it. So
yeah, I mean, you could sell a lot of canned cheese to Taylor Swift fans.
Oh yeah, it's Taylor Swift
with unsalted crackers too. That would be the perfect match for that.
Yeah, is Taylor Swift actually talented?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Hear me out.
I don't think so, but that's me.
Because you don't like her. She started country. You hate country. Then she was a pop star. You gotta fucking check out Folklore and Evermore when she released those back-to-back as sister albums. They're so goddamn good. They're folksy and they're thoughtful. You gotta check those two. You gotta give them a chance. I'll send you some good ones from those. I'm gonna make you a fan.
I don't hate her because I think she's a good person. I heard what she did for paying the bus driver.
Oh, that was all great stuff.
I think that's great stuff. I think that's a testament to her being a good human. I just don't like her music, which is a music person. Yeah.
Specific songs I'll think you like Folklore and Evermore are going to be your Taylor jams. That's where you're going to be happy.
Yeah, I'll be a Swiftie before we.
I'm going to make you a Swiftie.
Oh yeah, very exciting, very exciting. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Bocephus.
All right, I am going to go with a New Riff single barrel.
Okay. Nothing.
I haven't had anything.
Not a sound there, Bo. It's just silence. All right. Tracy, what do you got?
The Dark Arts Whiskey House.
Okay, Dark Arts.
White port, bourbon, and a white port finish.
Very exciting. There's a lot of good things going on with that brand. Okay, that's our lead. It was decent. Could be enough, in fact. We'll see. McNew, what do you got?
I have a Rise of the Robots from Filmland Spirits. How fucking cool are these labels, though? They're so campy.
They're cool. They're cool. Yeah.
I love them.
Okay. Not as good as Tracy's. Tracy's got the lead. I got Rye 3, their cigar blend. Great whiskey. Let's see.
That's a really good whiskey.
It really is really good. Ooh.
Sounds like a tie to me.
Yeah. Bo, we're going to throw it to you. Who won that? Was it Tracy or I? We're going to throw it to the judge. Whatever he says, we have to live with.
I'm going to just have to go with Tracy on this one.
I think you got it right. I think it was very close, but we'll give it to Tracy for sure. He wins. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about this concept. Can you hate a celebrity's bourbon and not hate the celebrity? We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Debbie Kennard, and my altar drinking Edo is Freddie Miller.
I'll drink to that.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're asking, can you hate a celebrity bourbon, but not the celebrity?
Yes, we are. I mean, I talked about my favorite band, the Rolling Stones, and I really like them. But another band that I like a lot is ZZ Top, and I saw they have a celebrity bourbon out. And
Oh, do they? I haven't seen that one.
yeah, they have one out. I think it's Trace Hombres or something like that, which is, they're three guys, and I think they have a song or album back in the day with that on it, but. I haven't even tried it. I haven't tried to track it down. I just don't think it's probably going to be pretty good, but because that's what happens with that stuff. And I'm like, the ZZ Top, I can't say they're known for drinking, like if you see like the Stones, you always saw Keith Richard drinking, Jack Daniels or those type of things. I've never seen ZZ Top drinking whiskey on stage.
I would have thought they did more tequila than
right.
Yeah, where they're from. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have more respect for a celebrity if they didn't make a brand, but they launched a single barrel somewhere, right? They're a big Jack Daniels guy. Coetzel's a big, Jack Daniels guy. If he said, I picked a single barrel, it's available to my fan club. You can get it at these liquor stores. Fucking fantastic.
There was a country artist that did that with Jack Daniels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't his brand, but it was barrel picks. He worked with Jack to make a blend or whatever.
That's a good idea.
Of his brand.
The better way to go. You're not selling yourself out. It's not going to be shitty. Like, you physically went and picked this barrel, and you get the bottles you get, and those fans get those bottles. I think it's a better way to go.
I think I would say 98% of the brands out there do not do this, but I think as long as the invested party is doing that, if they're investing in a distillery, or it may start off as a source brand that they just put a bottle out with their name, but if the long-term option is to really put some investment in this and open up a distillery and get it going, I don't see anything wrong with that. But
I don't think most of them have that planned. I mean,
you
take it a few exceptions, like Bob Dylan. Obviously, he's invested a lot. And he's got a distillery going on. He's really in the bourbon business. So I have nothing but respect for that. But just slapping your name on a label, particularly when you're not known drinking whiskey, or there hasn't been anything that leads up to like, oh, that makes sense. Of course, they're big whiskey fans.
Yeah, like
I'm not sure.
Scottie Pippen and Digits. Like I love Savage and Cook. Savage and Cook make some really good whiskey. Digits, though, I'm like, I was not interested. I'm like, I don't care that his fucking hand's on the bottle. I'm not going to go buy a Scottie Pippen bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't tasted many celebrity bottles that I like.
Right.
I don't want to go try. I'm not going to go out trashing any label, but
right.
For the most part, I haven't found any that I like. The only one I did get one of those Jack Daniels releases from the country music guy. I don't even remember who he was.
Probably Eric Church. Eric
Church. That's right. It was Eric Church.
Right. He did some single barrels.
And then the only other celebrity bourbon I bought, and this was released years and years ago, was the Old Whiskey River from Willie Nelson.
Uh-huh.
And I was at a bar in a restaurant in Kentucky. I wasn't in Louisville. And they happened to have one on the back bar, unopened. And I offered him, I said, I'll give you $100 for that thing. My dad was a huge Willie Nelson fan. It's the only reason I bought it. It's sitting in my collection. I probably won't open it because I bought it because my dad liked Willie Nelson, not about the whiskey.
Yeah.
And Willie's one of those celebrities that like got to this point, like where he does no wrong. Like he's up there with Dolly, where you're just like, he made a whiskey tomorrow. I'd be like, okay, great.
Right.
He'd be more likely to make a cannabis drink today, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is there any redeeming quality if that person starts a brand and their face or their name isn't like plastered all over the bottle? Is there any redeeming aspect to that?
So they're trying to just make a legitimate brand. They're trying to be more in the background.
It blew my mind. Y'all mentioned Eric Church a minute ago. From day one, he's been a Jack Daniels like
his first album had Jack Daniels songs, songs.
But he started his own brand, and you would never know he was associated with it if you didn't do a little bit of research.
Right. That's good whiskey too. I've tried it.
Yes.
So yeah.
Which one is that?
Gypsy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've never heard. We don't have that down here.
You would never know Eric Church. It was his brand if you didn't do any research. So I just wondered if it changed your mind any. If I mean, most people start the brand after their face.
That's way more respectable because you wanted to own a whiskey. You wanted to be involved in whiskey. You're not writing on your name your own coattails, I guess. Like he wants a brand. That's
he also did a smart thing. He partnered with a guy who's not a huge name in the world of bourbon, but a friend of mine, Ari Sussman. And Ari is a bourbon guy. I mean, he serves as distiller for a couple distilleries. Three Chord. He's helps them out. He works with Mammoth. He works with several others. Great guy, and kind of let the bourbon guy do the bourbon stuff. And Eric, whatever his name is, who you just talked to, Eric Church, or no, it was who? Eric Church. So he's kind of staying out of it and trying to create a real brand. Not.
Yeah, I think that's different than the.
I do think it's just different. I do too.
Look at that tequila that one of the Jenner twins girls put out.
God, 8 by Kendall. It's fucking trash.
It's garbage. I mean, it's hot garbage in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I also will give shout out to Ian Sommerholder with Brothers Bond. That dude is doing the research. He's doing the blending. He wants to have a whiskey brand.
Right.
He made it off his name and he made it off his show, but he's doing the work in the background. He's making good shit because he wants to make bourbon. So
I mean, he's from here. He's from just outside of New Orleans. I've never tried it.
It's like a lower proof, but it's good. It's not like he didn't just slap a label on it. He's been involved in the process. So that's respect.
Unfortunately, a lot of, and this isn't a celebrity story, but we had a guy come in one time at the barrel shop, a local distiller, and had us try some of the stuff, and we didn't like it. And we just told him we weren't interested. And then he kept wanting to know why, why wouldn't we have, a local distiller in a shop and all that. And we finally had to tell him, unfortunately, this isn't good enough. We pride ourselves on finding the best whiskey in the world. And he said, this is literally what he said. He said, don't worry about it. That's fine. As long as you hang a sign on there that says locally made, people are just going to buy it anyway. And I think that's the rationale of the celebrity brands a lot of times.
Yeah,
It's like,
my name's on it, you're going to buy it.
It doesn't matter what's in the bottle. They're going to buy it because and that's where celebrity brands fail. And again, not all of them are that way. You can't blast every celebrity bourbon that's out there, but most of them, unfortunately, are that way. And it makes a bad name for the people like Eric Church, apparently, who are trying to really make their name in this business. So they're trying to do it the right way. That mindset of put the name on the bottle, they're going to buy it no matter what. So why put something expensive in there?
That's like such a shit mindset. Like, you made bullshit, but my name's on it, so you're going to buy it. Like, no, that's fucking shitty.
Yeah.
No. So, Bo, I have one for you. You might get this. Chris Stapleton came out with a Traveler bourbon from it's a Buffalo Trace product. Right. But I've seen mixed reviews, but my favorite one, and I'm going to read it. It was posted in an Indiana bourbon group by a guy named Nate. I don't know if Nate listens to these shows or not. If he does, hey Nate. But
Nate Weingart, how you doing, buddy?
Not that Nate. So okay, but he gave his notes or whatever, and then my favorite part was the finish. Oddly, this was the strongest flavor, bitter and gross. Ever get really torn down one night in your younger days and puke up bile the next day? That was his finishing note for this product.
God. Wow.
And then he finishes this review with, honestly, it's a light whiskey, which in this case also means light on flavor. This strikes me as a whiskey for people who don't like whiskey, but want to get ripped on whiskey at a country music concert. And when asked what whiskey got them so messed up, the answer was something slightly less embarrassing than Fireball. Fucking savage. It was so
I will say this. I bought a bottle of it, and I haven't
but I got back to it up.
It's not bad. Like what I would tell anybody, and I have a buddy that works at Buffalo Trace, and I told him this. I said I feel like it's a bourbon that I would feel very comfortable if a friend of mine said, "Hey, you're into bourbon. I want to get into bourbon, but I don't." Like, obviously, I don't want anything really strong or whatever. Do you have anything you would recommend? I would 100% recommend that because it's a very light bourbon. It's just very light. It's 90 proof, but it drinks like a 80 proof or below. I mean, doesn't have a strong bite. Doesn't have a lot of flavor.
That makes sense. So there's probably not a lot of like complex flavors, which is fine. There doesn't have to be. Correct. But if he's a guy that really does like single barrels and complex flavors, so his review makes a lot more sense. I just thought it was hilarious. But Bo, like, I'm with you. I want to find a bottle for $40. It's like 39. It's $40 here. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go find one. I think the Total Wines have them, but I'm not expecting a lot. I don't expect it to suck by any means, but I don't expect it to like knock my socks off either.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to try it. It's just hitting the shelves here. I've seen a few stores post out about getting it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So there you go. There is our thoughts on celebrity bourbons, and how it can have an impact on you. So hopefully, don't hate the celebrity though, but you can hate the celebrity bourbon if they're not into it. Again, and I think that's why you got to try. It's like anything else. You always got to try, and then you can thoroughly judge based on taste. So that's the best thing you can do. So we'll wrap it up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tracy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
NOLA Bourbon on Instagram and info@NewOrleansBourbonFestival.com. You can get me there, and I'll try to answer you as soon as I can.
All right, Bo.
I am on all the socials under My Journey Through the American Spirits, and those same socials under Bourbon Festival.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew, ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. You never know who's going to be there. We always have people just popping in. So fun stuff. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Sign up for our email distribution. I think you'll like it. And we've always got some deals going on and different things coming up. You can stay in the know there. So abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com, ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Finance will have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.